Aries, I've told every sign this month that it is a no F's given month. But the thing about you, Aries, is I don't think you had any F's to give in the beginning, okay? I have raised an Aries, as you know, so I know how you are. But behind all that, there is something, okay? And this is it's your October reading. It's a month from when you see it, okay? I just saw a card in the middle of the shuffle called Mending. Mending is a card of vulnerability. And let's drop the F-bomb, forgiveness. Okay, what do we need to know for lovely Aries? We're going to take a couple of these oracle cards. My washing's on the line, by the way. It's very windy, so if you see me just suddenly dart outside, it's because like a pair of my knickers has probably flown off into another neighbourhood. It's one of those days where it's like an extreme sport to put the washing out, and I'm here for it. Aries, what do we need to know for you? Aries, Aries. Oh, I like that. That's very Aries. First card I get for you is New Life. So there is something where you're cracking the egg, where you're starting, I want to say starting again, but it's kind of in between starting again and starting from scratch. We'll get to the bottom of it, Aries. Don't you worry. That one. Ooh. 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 I can't do that side as well as I can do that side. You get Loyal Heart. Do. This is a very special card. This deck has 52 cards and 2 of them are love cards, which gives you a 50 to 2. I didn't get maths when I was at school. 50 to 2 ratio. Who cares? It's a gorgeous card. Loyal Heart. Now this can apply to friends, family. We will do your love reading in the second half of this reading, okay? So it could be about love. But equally, it's just family, trust, friendship, fidelity, pure hearts, being like this, doing each other a solid. Aries underneath, I don't know, let me know in the comments, right? Because obviously I brought up an Aries boy. And I'm going to be honest, I lent into self-preservation as a parent. I was like, put yourself first. Because come from a line of empaths who never did that. And how does that get you? So I noticed that Aries is good at that, pretty good at boundaries. What do you think? But underneath that, there's this other side. Aries is very loyal to the underdog in particular. And I've noticed that about the boy now that he's, you know, off to university. He's like, this happened and I'm not standing by and watching it. And you think, oh my God, you know, there's principles there. He's got principles. So Aries are often principled and often very good at boundaries, putting up a good front, saying no. But there is that thing underneath when some people can get to you as an Aries and you go out of your way to help them and they keep on raveling, they keep on taking and taking and taking. And I've just seen that happen because my best friend is an Aries, the one, and if you watch my dailies, I talk about her quite a lot because she lives down the bottom of my road, okay? We've been friends since we were 11. So I've kind of grown up with a lot of Aries knowledge between the two things of having a boy that's an Aries, having my best friend that's an Aries. And sometimes she gets to the point, I hope she won't mind me sharing, she gets laryngitis when she has a holiday from work. And the work she does is for the underdog. So it's kind of, you know, looking after people. And I notice that she goes the extra mile. She goes the extra mile. It's just my cat, by the way. He's crazy. And then she sort of bottoms out. So there's something here of a warning for you that you need to start something new. You maybe need to leave something behind because we've got a change in the wind. And change is not always comfortable. And Aries is quite good at being uncomfortable. Let me just let my cat out. And that is not a euphemism. Oi, lady, come on. Go, go, go. Can I just say that she weed on the microwave yesterday? So don't go feeling sorry for her. Oh my God. I know, what can you do? Yeah, it feels like whatever the pattern is that you've got, and it could be at work, it could be, you know, that you're doing too much for your pay grade, or you're helping out a colleague who's on a higher thing than you, or whatever it is, or a friend who, I don't know, for some of you this is about, are they still a friend? You know, do friendships last forever? Or is there kind of a sell-by date to some people? And that could enter your romantic framework as well, I don't know. With loyal heart, maybe not. But instead of just seeing this as, you know, oh, loyal heart, oh, loyal heart, there is a thing where you could be going too far with the loyal heart. And I'm going to be the nasty one and just say, you may need to cut that person off. There you go, I said it. I said it. Right, so we have change in the wind as well, which I like. Aries need change, you're cardinal, which means that you're starting things. Christ, sorry. You're cardinal, you're starting things. Okay. This is big. Okay. First card I get for you, we're not messing around. 10 of Swords, completion, okay? And it's got 10 swords and it's a bit grim, okay? Now, 10 of Swords is a relief and a release, because the 9 of Swords is like, you're staring up at them thinking, when is the sword gonna fall? 10 of Swords is like, spoiler alert, they fell, okay? Now, it often comes when you're ending a pattern, and the pattern can be linked with ancestry, family. I think of these other swords as like a group, an influence. So think about this new life card, okay? Now, this may just be a pattern, especially, and this came up a bit in the Capricorn reading. For some of you, an Aries child, and I'm telling you from experience of an early Aries child, which is what I had, is a challenge, okay? It's a challenge. Now, I'm a very flexible Pisces, and let me know in the comments. Let me know what you were like when you were a child in the comments. Even when I was pregnant with my Aries child, I remember they put a band, like they put this sort of band with a thing on it on top of your bump. And I remember it was almost like there was a wrestling match going on, and this band was like moving all over the place. I had no control over it. And very early on and all the way throughout that pregnancy, I remember thinking, I have no control over this person, which is a good way to think about an Aries, and it helped me raise him actually. Don't try and control an Aries. Okay, don't. So it feels like some of you, you know, little Aries are little warriors. Even if you're quiet, and you can get quiet and introverted Aries just as much as any other sign. But you have this little sword wielding warrior within, okay? And you can go with that. I bought, when the boy got into fire, and that would normally worry most people. It didn't really worry me. But Aries do like fire, and Aries children like fire. So I bought him a firefighter's kit. We have an open fire. I let him build the fire with me, make the fire, and then I bought him a super soaker, and he could put the fire out. So I taught him fire safety, because I couldn't get him off liking fire. I mean, he's an adult now, and he's not going around burning down houses. But this is an important point for you. I want you to, if it's not painful, or even if it is, but you think you can handle it, reflect on little you. Maybe 6-year-old you is what I'm getting here. And of course, could be 10 years ago, could be 10 years old. And you're this little bursting kind of warrior person, but somebody is putting controls on you. That is very difficult for the Aries spirit, honestly. And I remember this when the boy was like 2. I either had to break his spirit or I just had to accept I wasn't going to get much sleep for the next 20 years. And I went for the latter. And I'm still not getting any sleep now, but you know what I mean. Because honestly, I didn't have the energy to control him anyway, because he wouldn't have it at all. But that's you when you were little, okay? But imagine if someone managed to break your spirit. That would turn you into something that is a difficult thing to witness, which is a people-pleasing little Aries. Now that is painful, and it's a pattern, and it can come with you into adult life. It's like, well, I'm getting a channel of you boarding a plane and the hand luggage is people pleaser. It's like, haha, I've hopped on into your hand luggage. Hi. No, you first. No, me first. That kind of thing. So this is telling you, and that's the no F's given part, isn't it? That you need to give an F about this, okay? It's the end of a cycle of you people pleasing. And I'm not talking from a shallow level of giving someone your seat on the bus or, you know, the usual kind of stuff that you just do to be in an orderly, civilized society or be a nice person. I'm talking under the surface, ancestral, deeply buried patterns. And you, and this could be like 21 years of this, but we've got the world, number 21, and also the card of completion, but also new beginnings, new life here. Oh yes. You're closing down that pattern, or you're getting the opportunity to close it down. And it's not easy, okay? It's not easy. We get the 8 of Pentacles, which is quite honestly hard work. But it's not the same as hard work in a boring job you can't stand. It's hard work that's gonna open up so many avenues for you that have been closed down recently, okay? Let's dig just a little bit deeper. What is underneath this? By the way, if the video is striking a chord with you, please do hype my video. I've just learned about hyping. It's helping my channel millions at the moment. So if this is resonating and you're on a phone, go to the like button and you can hit that on the way in if you like. Cheeky little old thumb thing. And then if you scooch along past remix and clip and all the other crap that you never use, one of them says hype, and you can hype this video and I would be eternally grateful. And so will the channel. Okay. What is underneath this? The 10 of Swords, the World, the 8 of Pentacles. Who are you dealing with? What is the dynamic? Because for some of you, it's something to do with work or a friend. And it's weird because I was talking to my Aries friend again on the doorstep last night after we'd walked to the supermarket, which we often do. And she was saying that her mum told her that in German, and if any of you are German, confirm this please, they have a word for someone who is not your best friend and they're not an acquaintance, but they're in the middle of that. And I want to know what that word is because she didn't know what it was, but she had heard it once and said it was good. So if you're German, or even if you just know that word, please let me know in the comments. Right, 10 of Swords, World, 8 of Pentacles. Let's set the world to rights, Aries. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. First card we get is the 7 of Cups, which is, it's kind of a bit gaslighty. When you get the 7 of Cups, there's always something floating, you know, sort of in the Rider-Waite, it's all in the sky. And I think you've got the cosmic hand, you know, the one that's got all the like cosmic like soap bubbles coming out of it. And in any tarot, you know, this is Enchanted Veil, you've always got someone who's like mesmerized by choices that aren't really choices, but they think they are. Okay, so for you, Aries, somebody may be, and this came up a bit in Capricorn as well, someone's maybe got the dry ice smoke machine in the 1980s disco going. Yeah? So that you can't quite get your bearings on your feelings about something. Interestingly, we have the Page of Cups and we have the King of Cups. Page, Knight, Queen, and the King. This is feelings. This can be an apology. So someone could be constantly apologizing, or somebody could be being passive aggressive, or you don't even quite know what they're being. It can also be if you're in a relationship that has a question mark on the end, because it's relationship. Because we've got, this is like the beginning, and this is when you develop real feelings, because it's a development from the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So you have feelings and you have choices, and you are a little bit like the fairground grabber kid. You know, do you remember that? When you went to the fairground and you put in what was then probably 10p, I don't know, God, I'm old. And, you know, it'd be a Casio digital watch standing on a block with some straw, or maybe even that sort of fake straw that was slightly holographic. I am a Pisces, I love my glitter. And then you'd be controlling the robot arm, and your heart would be going, and then you'd be like, yes, the Casio watch. And then just at the last minute, it would go all floppy, all flaccid. It would go like that. And the watch would just slip away. And then the fairground grabber would come back, and you'd be like, give me another 10p, give me another 10p. So think of that, but in your feelings. So is there really something on offer or not? I feel like this is a good time to segue into our love reading, okay? Into the erection section. Because feelings are literally on the table. So I'm going to take 3 from this one and 3 from that one. There will be an extended love reading, as there is every month. So if this really, really floats your boat, rings your bell, wets your whistle, whatever you want to call it, then the link will be in the description box. And you are welcome to join me. Okay. Yeah, I thought as much. Ooh, now she's been making an appearance for lots of signs, and I would never kick her out of bed for eating crisps. Okay, this guy. Oof, King of Swords. A difficult dog to keep on the porch. Now, for some of you, this pertains only to your work life, and this can be someone who is in a position of authority, okay, which he knows, but you're eager to please them for some reason. For others of you, this is your love life, and it can be somebody who is just, they're a bit elusive. The King of Swords is weird because they're not usually completely full of SH1T, but they are so guarded about their feelings and about talking about emotions that it can be really difficult. Now, it can also be difficult for Aries to be vulnerable and to have needs and to talk about feelings and emotions openly and to take that emotional risk. So it feels like you're dealing with 2 of you who don't want to take an emotional risk. It's a who blinks first scenario with a couple of big sticks thrown in. You know, this is a card of warming up to fighting. It's sparring. And some sparring in a relationship, you know, some kind of frisson and intellectual to and fro, you know, and good banter and all that is really good for an Aries relationship, whoever it's with. But I just think this is a bit more than that. But then Justice steps in. Now, I love Justice. She's turned up for a lot of signs this month. A lot of signs. And she's very welcome at the table. Tell us what Justice brings to this relationship, please. Now, I'm getting a channel of going to the opticians, and if you've got really bad eyesight, like I used to have, you sit there with no glasses on, and the optician sort of puts those hideous glasses on your face, and everything you can see becomes clear. So I'm getting that for you, which I like. Woof! Oof. This is coming together. I get this. My cat has come. Is it a different one? Hi, Minnie. Oh, yeah. God, this is amazing, but complicated. It's amazing, but complicated, Minnie. Minnie's a Pisces. Oh, Bob Geldof's come out. I love a bit of Bob Geldof. Okay, right. A relationship could be a friendship, could be a lover, or whatever you've got going on, because you're all different. Love brings up anything unlike itself to be healed. A Course in Miracles, not from me. It's a genius thing. Let me know if you've read it in the comments. Hope she's not going to pee in my wash basket. Love brings up anything unlike itself to be healed. You are at a point in a relationship where it needs to get real or get lost. Okay? Three of Swords. I'm going to write that down because it's important. There we go. I won't remember it otherwise. I know what I'm like. And you may need to confront what this is. Three of Swords, which is what we were talking about, the pattern that you may have had when you were kind of restricted by somebody, by family, by friends, by an old relationship, or whatever, whenever it was, whatever happened. It's a restriction that wounds an Aries. Okay? If you want an Aries, and I'm not even going to use the word comply because they generally don't, but if you want an Aries to be the best version of themselves, which you should want, you give them a lot of freedom. A lot of freedom. Yeah. Restriction, I don't know. It's difficult. It's not good. It makes an Aries turn in on themselves. Aries don't make good people pleasers. You can do it, but it's not good for you. So the next card we get though is the Ace of Cups. Yeehaw. This is self-love, but it's also genuine love. Now, we also get Bob Geldof. After he's had a few too many after Live Aid and he's had some Alka-Seltzer in his wine glass and he's just, yeah, he's just thinking, do I go for one of these? It's do or die. Shouldn't have had so many complimentary glasses of champagne with Sting and Freddie Mercury at the bar. Anyway, this one, Nine of Cups. What is your heart's desire? This is a question the universe is asking you about this situation, relationship, whatever ship you're on. What is driving you underneath? Never mind the other person. Do you have the self-love, the self-knowledge, and the self-worth to choose yourself and your freedom first? And then if this person matches your heart's desire, they can walk along that path with you as a companion step by step. No one's leading anybody, okay? It's, what do they call that? Parallel. Adjacent? parallel. It's like two sets of footprints going along in the sand. You probably don't walk like that, otherwise you'd probably be ducks. So I never thought I'd have to be miming footprints, but here we are, Aries. The things I do for you, that's more like what a cat does when they make biscuits. What can I say? You get my drift, okay? This is not easy. This is not a fire drill. It's time for things to get real. And I'm sure you're good and ready, okay? No, you won't back down. I'm going to go do the extended reading. I'm very excited. I'm all roused up. So if you want to join me, it's there somewhere underneath. Please do put one of the little hypes up on this video and I will see you on the other side. Namaste.